You cannot take anything white folks did
Yeah.
and make it yours.
Yeah.
Okay? Unless you're volunteering to be a slave.
In a sit-down interview with Lil Yachty, Dr. Umar, one of the most controversial members in the black conscious community, called him and other rappers out for profusely using the N-word in rap music. Now, the N-word is easily one of the top 3 most used words in black music, and the origins are extremely derogatory as it dates all the way back to slavery. Now, Dr. Umar credits the N-word to PTSD, which is not the regular PTSD, but post-traumatic slavery disorder. Now, whether you're light-skinned like Drake, dark-skinned like Lil Wayne, or even Hispanic like 6ix9ine, he believes nobody should be using this word. Whether it's nigga or the hard R, the word had an extremely negative connotation dating back 400 years ago, as the massa, aka the white man, used this word to tear down his slaves and degrade them. Let me be clear, this is not a history lesson, but I have to paint the picture for what he's leading towards. In Dr. Umar's perspective, a word that has been used to tear down black people, an entire race, for 400 years and show them their property and they mean nothing, over the last 30 years, somehow became a term of endearment and showing love. Now, his biggest issue is, why do rappers have to use this word? They act like it's the most positive thing, and for many rappers and myself, you view it as we're taking back the word. You know, the white man tried to degrade us, and now, you know, me saying my nigga, that's my friend, that's my brother, we're showing them that, hey, you can use the word, we don't care if you create it, it means something different to us. And Dr. Umar had this to say about why do we love using the word when it has no good meaning or never was a good term in the first place.
N-word. Why are we the only people who proudly reuse, recycle, and proliferate the use of the most dehumanizing term ever used to refer to us as a people?
Wait, let me answer.
Hold on. I don't see European Jews fighting to use the K word. I don't see Asians fighting to use the G word. I don't see Latinos fighting to use the S word. And it's more than one per group, but these are just some of them, okay? My point is, don't get caught up in the word, Yachty, stay with me. My point is, show me another group of people who will fight for the right to continue to use a word that the government itself codified as a psychological weapon of mass destruction against your people. Nobody else is fighting for the right to use a racially pejorative term except black folks.
Okay, let me stop right there.
And it's because of your post-traumatic slavery disease.
Lil Yachty would respond to Dr. Umar with the most common rebuttal that we've heard from multiple rappers, saying that, in our eyes, it's looking like we're taking back the word. What they used to break us down is something that we're showing that has no power. Now, Dr. Umar strongly felt that him saying that we're taking back the word is just as a black man sleep with a white woman to get revenge for slavery. It doesn't do back what you think it's doing, and it's not a revenge for what happened in the past.
That argument isn't going to work. You want to know why? Wow. That's the same argument these Negroes say when I'm just sleeping with white girls to get revenge on a slave plantation. No, Negro, because if she called the police, your ass going to be 100 miles and running like Jonathan Majors, okay? You cannot take anything white folks did and make it yours, okay? Unless you're volunteering to be a slave. Let me ask you a question. If I crack a joke right now, you know why you laugh? Because the words that I speak are translated in your mind as images. Do you feel me? If I say your mom is fat and da-da-da, you're automatically imagining a heavy-sized woman, right? And based on your interpretation of the image that you generated in your mind from my words, you laugh.
Dr. Umar is against everything non-African. And if you're a black man with a white girl, he views you as a coon. You are a coon to him, and that's just how it is. Now, he's against interracial relationships, interracial marriages, the white school curriculum, and he is everything pro-black. Now, Umar is against bunny hopping, BBLs, but he is for the betterment of the black community. Now, Umar has a strong stance on us black folks being desensitized by the negative meaning of the word nigga because it's used so constantly. And he even references, whenever you see a black person killed by police, it happens so often that we always flip to the next page to see who won the lottery because we simply don't care because it happens so much. The reason Gen Z and millennials use the word nigga, who obviously I hope you are black if you were saying it, and fear no repercussions or feel the negative connotations, is because we're living in a different time. We're living in a time of social media, technology. You know, we have better living than the 60s where it was just tough, or even earlier than that when you had the Jim Crow laws, the Dirty South, you know, the Civil Rights Law. And I know I'm taking you down memory lane, aka history lane, but, you know, your boy knows the facts when it comes to the truth of the matter. With the repeated usage of the word nigga in hip-hop, Dr. Umar compares it to the troubling images of black women in hip-hop culture and how they're degraded by the word bitches and hoes. Now, when it comes to hip-hop, Dr. Umar said he's not going to hold Lil Yachty as one person particularly accountable for what everybody does, but there are multiple mediums of media that sexually objectify the black woman who are in hip-hop and show that for them to be popular, them to be a big star, they gotta be sexually explicit. They gotta have sex appeal. They gotta have big breasts. They gotta have big ass. And they got a black man that's gonna wanna like me, so I gotta dress like this. And most of them grow up in houses without their father, so that's why they're seeking validation from outside men.
You're gonna come back on me, y'all. Because you're one of the faces of hip hop.
Yeah.
In the videos. I'm not holding you accountable for what everybody does, but generally speaking, there's few mediums of media that have sexually objectified the black woman more than hip hop. So, if I'm a little black girl and every other music video I turn on, she's half dressed with big breasts and a big ass, and I want a black man to want me and like me, and I probably ain't got no daddy because the white man locked him up or the police killed him off, what am I going to do to be attractive? I'm going to go and get a BBL. What I'm saying is black men, not just hip hop. I want to clarify. Black men, period. Professional black men, athletes, everyday brothers, all of us. I don't want to make the hip hop community more responsible, but y'all definitely leading the pack in terms of the sexual objectification of the black woman.
Lil Yachty disagreeing with the fact brings up that women make a lot of decisions for themselves, which is something that I personally disagree with, but can be true in some cases. But whether if you're a man or a woman, we all do things for validation of the opposite sex. You might buy jewelry. You might buy certain clothes that are expensive, shoes to look good for women. A woman might wear sundresses, might wear tighter clothing, might get their teeth done, their ass done, their face done, just look more presentable. And I feel like in a sense when it comes to life, not just hip-hop, we're all doing things so that we can appeal to other people and look our best. We could go on about Dr. Umar saying many things, people being coons, Eminem not being one of the greatest hip-hop artists because he's white, and that no white person could be the best of anything African, or Dr. Umar building a school that many people are upset that never came. Now, Dr. Umar, although you might hate him or love him, one thing you gotta say is that he stands with his principles and he stands with his people, and he will always be for the black people and the hip-hop community when they're on the right timing.
That what was going on.
He
But
said when I was in the mall.
remember there was
The Cherry Hill Snow Bunny scandal.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened, bro? Somebody tried to hack my iPhone. So you know Apple shuts it down. I called downtown Philly Apple store. They said we ain't got no appointments. We could put you in Cherry Hill. You know, Cherry Hill right over the bridge from Philly. Okay. I go to the Apple store in Cherry Hill. The line is all the way down the hallway. They said we're going to be a couple hours. I said, what the hell I'm going to do for a couple hours with no phone? I went to buy some suits because I needed some suits. I go back and pick up my phone. I'm leaving the mall. There's a vendor booth in the middle of the mall. And guess what they selling? Incense. I do incense. Oils. I do oils. Herbal soap. I do herbal soap. Healing crystals. I do healing crystals. I thought it was a black one. I thought it was a black woman booth.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the Snow Bunny come around.
Like,
And she says,
damn.
no, because I like what I saw. I'm going to buy something.
Okay.
She had them incense was good as shit. I'm going to buy these incense.
For sure.
So then while she's ringing me up and while she's telling me what she got for sale, black people coming by. They taking pictures. Dr. Umar can have a picture. So this white girl looking at me like, are you an athlete? Nah. Are you an entertainer? Nah. Who are these people stopping to ask you? Who are you?
Yeah.
I said, I'm Dr. Umar. I'm a psychologist. She said, that's it?
Yeah.
Why do these people want to take a picture with a black psychologist? I said, you could go on YouTube, type in Umar Johnson. You'll see who I am. She pulls out her phone. She goes to YouTube. She types in Umar Johnson. I'm showing her that's me. She's looking like that's you. 3 coons are sitting in the restaurant. They decide to pull out the phone and videotape. See what I got to go through?